Okay, today in class we reviewed slope-intercept form versus standard form, something I went over on Friday, and I also uploaded a video to the Weebly on Friday regarding slope-intercept and standard form. Both of these forms are just options for ways of writing equations of a line. It's just like you have options for where you want to eat, Burger King or Bojangles. So these are both options for graphing equations of a line. Slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Standard form is written as ax plus by equals c, where the slope is indicated by the value of a divided by the value of b, and the y-intercept is indicated by the value of c divided by b. On the paper you had in class, and you should have that paper with you, you had to find the slope and the y-intercept of a line 2x plus 3y equals 6, and then use that information to graph and find the x-intercept. So the first thing we said that we needed to do was solve for y. So we have 2x plus 3y equals 6. And in class we said we would subtract the 2x from both sides, and that will leave us with 3y equals negative 2x plus 6, because we want to write out ax term first. And then we divided everything by 3. And that gave us a final equation of y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. From here, we determined that the y-intercept was 2 and that the slope was a negative 2/3. So the y-intercept is 2, which means that on this graph, we will put a point at 0, 2. And then we would use the slope to find the x-intercept. And the slope is a negative 2/3. That means we will have to rise 2. 1, 2, and then we will have to go to the left. Because our slope is negative, we have to go up, which is a positive direction, and then left, which is a negative direction, because a positive divided by a negative is a negative. So we want our slope to be negative. So we're going to go up 2, and then we're going to go to the left 3. And this will be where we plot a point right here. Or we can go down 2 and to the right 3. Sorry, down 2, and then to the right 3 right here. And then we would just connect the dots to show the line. Now from this line we can determine the y-intercept, which is 0, 2, and we also can determine, well, the point at which the line crosses the x-axis is 0, 2, and the point at which the line crosses the y-axis is 0, 2. The point at which the line crosses the x-axis is 3, 0. So this 3 will be your x-intercept, because this is the point where the line crosses the x-axis at 3, and this is the point where the line crosses the y-axis at 2. Okay, that was the first example on your page that you had in class today. All right, and I'm just going to erase this because I'm going to use it again for my next problem. But the second problem is a little bit different. You don't have any coefficients or constants in front of your variables, but it works the same way. Let's put this back. This is a 3. That's a 2. All right, so for your second problem, your second example, you were given the problem x minus y equals a negative 3. And we said that the first thing we need to do is solve for y, because this is already in standard form. This is your ax term, this is your by term, and this is your c term. Ax plus by equals c is standard form. This is already in standard form, so you need to solve for y to put it in slope-intercept form so you can get some information about the graph, like the y-intercept and the slope. So if we solve for y here, the first thing we would do is subtract x from both sides, and that will leave us with negative y equals negative x minus 3. And since this y is negative, we don't want to leave that negative. We want this y to be a positive y. And in order to do that, we're going to have to divide by negative 1. Every term gets divided by the negative 1. This will cancel out and just leave y. And this would make a negative 1 divided by a negative 1 is going to be a positive x. And then a negative 3 divided by a negative 1 is going to be a positive 3. So the equation of the line is y equals x plus 3. And from this equation, we can determine two things. We can determine the y-intercept, and we can determine the slope. The slope here, since there's no number in front of the x, there's an understood 1. So the slope is going to be 1 over 1, and the y-intercept is going to be 3. So right here, the y-intercept is 3. And now we just need to go to the graph and plot that y-intercept. I know that from that equation that my line is going to cross the y-axis at 3. So I'm just going to go here and put a dot, and this is at 0, 3. And then my slope was 1, a positive 1. So that means I'm going to rise 1, and then I'm going to go right 1, because both of those are positive directions. Or I'm going to go down 1 and go left 1, because a negative divided by a negative makes a positive. So if I start at 3, because I want to know my x-intercept, I'm going to go down 1, right 1, right here. I'm going to go down 1 again, right 1. I'm going to go down 1 again, right 1. And this helps me, and now I can just connect the dots. And of course, I can't draw a straight line, but when I connect the dots, I see that my x-intercept is going to be 3. The line crosses the x-axis at 3, so this will be 3, 0. And it crosses the y-axis at 3, which is 0, 3. So for that particular example, your x-intercept is 3 and your y-intercept is 3. Your slope is 1. A final example that I went over in class is one like number 5 on the back of your paper, where you have to use the distributive property. And I'm going to erase this again because I'm going to use it again. And my final example is for you to apply your knowledge of what you just learned, or what you learned today in class, to see if you can do this problem. Okay, this is not in standard north slope intercept form, and our goal is to get it in standard form and then change that into slope intercept form. So the first thing we have to do here, because this says 3 times the quantity of negative 6x minus 3 plus y equals negative 7. And we have a set of parentheses. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of the set of parentheses by using the distributive property. So I'm going to distribute the 3 with the negative 6 and with the negative 3. And that's going to give me negative 18x minus 9 plus y equals negative 7. This is still not in any kind of form, slope intercept or standard form. So I'm going to see which form I can get it into the quickest. And the quickest way to do this is to get rid of the 9 by adding it to both sides, so that it will be in the form of ax plus by equals c. Because this is my ax, this is my by, and this would be my c, which is a constant. So I'm going to move this negative 9 over to the negative 7 by addition. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides, and that's going to give me a 0 pair right here, which is going to leave negative 18x plus y equals 2. And now it's in the form of ax plus by equals 2, and I need to solve for y. So to solve for y, I would add 18 to both sides, 18x, to both sides. And that's going to leave me with y equals 18x plus 2. Okay? And I'll raise it up so you can kind of see. Y equals 18x plus 2 would be my final answer. And then I will plot my y-intercept, which is 0, 2. And then I would use my slope to determine my next point and help me get my x-intercept. Okay? So I will plot my y-intercept at 2, and then I will rise 18, which my graph doesn't go that high, and I would run to the right 1, or I will go down from this point 18 and run to the left 1, and then find my x-intercept that way. And that's what we did in class today, and I hope that's helpful for you. Now your job is to do the back side of the sheet for homework if you did not finish in class, and if you did finish, then you have another sheet about why did the boy roll up his girlfriend in the rug or something. So that's the sheet you have to do, and if you don't finish that, that will be done started in class tomorrow. But if you have it, you will be that much ahead. So you can go ahead and start that and get that done.